Happy day, friends. Jake here, bringing you your Indie Gem of the Month for February. For those of you that were paying attention, you might be thinking to yourself, hold on, didn't Jake already release a video talking about the Indie Gem of the Month for February? And to you, I would say, yep. Now, those that were really paying attention would know that I said Reanimal was my Indie Gem of the Month, which is a problem because Reanimal isn't an indie gem. I'm just a fool. So this is me redoing that video with a new Indie Gem of the Month with an actual Indie Gem of the Month. My Indie Gem of the Month for February is Dice a Million. Dice a Million is a roll big number, dopamine-inducing roguelike with a ton of charm, tons of wacky dice to roll, and a gameplay loop that hooks you the second you roll your first hand. If you are a fan of games like Balatro and Ballionaire, then this game is going to be right up your alley. I'm personally a big fan of just how many dice there are to choose from and how they affect your runs, and each roll adds a lot of good variety that keeps you rolling over and over and over again. If I did have one complaint, it's how much that RNG feels like it impacts the run. It's quite literally a roll of the dice on whether or not you have a successful run. And more than once, I found myself randomly picking the coolest looking dice in my hand and just kind of hoping for the best. Sometimes it worked, and sometimes it didn't. Honestly though, that's a minor complaint, still not enough for me to not enjoy my time with the game, and Dice a Million will proudly wear the Indie Gem of the Month crown. Now, as far as my honorable mention goes, this is also a game inspired by Balatro. They literally say that in their Steam description. And that game is Omelet You Cook. Omelet You Cook is a cooking roguelike where you prepare weird and wacky omelets for uniquely specific customers. Each order is failed or fulfilled by pulling ingredients off of a conveyor belt and manually placing them atop of your omelet. Various ingredients, items, and run conditions impact how you score, and whether or not you satisfy your overlord principal cluckers. As charming and well-crafted as the entire game feels, the loop didn't hook me quite like Dice a Million did, hence why it's an honorable mention. Now, last but not least, the game I'm looking most forward to in March is actually already here, and that's Slay the Spire 2. Slay the Spire 2 launched into early access on March 5th, for those of you that don't know, and I have been loving it so far. It's just more of Slay the Spire. It's going to be the game that I'm primarily streaming this month, so if you want to join in on my live feedback and live reactions and actual gameplay, make sure you like and subscribe to this YouTube channel and join my Twitch so you can join in on the fun. All right, I'm keeping it short and sweet today, so that wraps up my Indie Gem of the Month for February. If you like this video and like indie games in general, again, please make sure you subscribe. Our channel is full of amazing indie devs making amazing indie games, and they just deserve so much love and praise for the hard work and great games that they create. So like, subscribe, come along for the next one. Thank you so much for watching. I love you in not a creepy way. See you next time.